Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is David Benjamin from Healthy, Wild, Free. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a study done by Stanford Medicine in which they found 2 points in your life specifically where your biological age ages faster and sort of accelerates into the next phase of your life. So these two ages were 34 years old and 60 years old. But before I get into the study and how they conducted it and their findings, I want to first share with you the difference between chronological and biological age. Your chronological age is simply the age of your number, your age. So I, for example, am 35 years old, so that's my chronological age. Now, my biological age can be either above or below that, or at the same rate as my chronological age. Ideally, I want my biological age to be lower than my chronological age, which would mean that my organs, my tissue, my skin, my muscles, my metabolism, my cells, my genes, all of these different things are aging at a slower rate than my chronological age is accelerating. So that's ideal. So Stanford Medicine conducted a study and found that at age 34 and 60 are these times in your life where you're accelerated in your aging, and this just sort of pushes you into that next phase of your life. And there's certain factors based on my research that I paired with the Stanford research that are worth looking out for and understanding so that during these points in your life, you can avoid chronologically or biologically aging, even though you're chronologically aging. So with that being said, within the study they conducted, and they looked at 4,000 proteins in the blood plasma of participants aged 18 to 95, I believe it was 95 years old, and they found that, once again, at the age 34 and 60 were the fastest aging periods in people's lives. And what was interesting about the 4,000 proteins within the blood plasma is it gave them a lot of biomarkers to look at in regards to metabolic health, oxidative stress, inflammation, and so on and so forth. So these different biomarkers were giving information as to the accelerated aging at different points in life. So with that being said, at 34 years old, they found the biggest shift that occurred in the blood plasma and the biomarkers of people that were around 34 years old was that their metabolism of protein in particular, but I would argue also fat, started to shift and change around this time. And it's interesting because your liver, which is your master metabolism organ, gets hit pretty hard in your teens and 20s depending on your lifestyle. But if you have partied, drank a lot, excess alcohol use, it starts to kind of catch up with you in your 30s, and your liver starts to go, hey, what's going on here? I need help, I need support. So the most important thing to keep in mind here is that your metabolic health will decline in your mid-30s, say 34, give or take a few years. And it's important to understand that the best way to counteract it is to do strength training, resistance training, so lifting weights or doing anything that creates resistance on your muscles to ensure that your protein composition and your protein metabolism are efficient, and additionally ensuring that you're giving your body, specifically your liver, the nutrients that it needs in order to metabolize both fat and protein appropriately and efficiently and effectively. Because what will happen is that before sort of in your early 30s or late 20s, your body is sort of youthful and full of energy and healthy hormones. But then as your hormones change a bit, your cellular health changes, your liver health and metabolism begin to decline, that youthful energy and that muscle that you have begins to turn into extra pounds in the form of visceral fat, which we don't want because that accelerates aging, decreases energy, harms your gut health and your inflammation pathways, and so much more. So the best thing that you can do is, once again, strength training, lifting weights, conditioning your muscles with strength, using resistance, using weights, and additionally supporting your liver health. I did an experiment for over 6 months with my metabolism. I'll put that video below. But really the best thing for your metabolic health is organ meats, particularly liver organ, which is why I take Organ Complex from Paleo Valley. I'll put this link below, along with the video where I showcase the results, how I tested my metabolism, and how I get myself into a better fat-burning metabolism as opposed to a glucose-burning metabolism. So that's the best thing you can do, I believe, is lift weights, eat plenty of protein and fat, and give your body liver organ meats in that supplement, or just eating liver organ, because this is going to condition your liver, keep it strong and healthy, and your metabolism will be healthier longer. So let's move on to the second age group with 60 years old. They found that physical health, cognitive health, and cardiovascular health started to decline at 60 years old. And I think we can all attest to this. For myself personally, my parents are, in this age range in their 60s, and I've seen a decline in their physical strength, and, having just starting to slow down, forgetfulness, blood pressure, whatever it may be. I think we can all attest to this, that those of us that are in, our 30s or 40s have seen 60-year-olds in our lives, our friends, family, parents, neighbors, whatever it may be, start to have this sort of decline. So I believe personally that the biggest factors, so that's just the research from Stanford, was that metabolic health decreases when you're 34 and your cognitive and cardiovascular health decrease when you're 60. So my recommendations were strength training, weights, and a liver organ to counteract that when you're 34 and even into your elderly years as well. And then when you are 60, the three biggest factors that you're facing that will work against you and your biological age are inflammation pathways, blood sugar levels, and blood flow. So let's start with blood flow. Blood flow, typically it's nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is this gaseous molecule that enhances your natural circulation. It moves, it cleans out your arteries, it moves blood to and from your heart. Different people, both men and women, will have issues with blood flow to extremities in their body. So that can be your hands and your feet and your sexual organs. So this shows that your blood flow is decreasing. So you want to make sure to get nitric oxide levels up. And there are certain foods, certain amino acids, and certain fruits and vegetables and things that elevate your nitric oxide levels. So look into that a bit further. I actually take a supplement called Cardio Miracle. It's a nitric oxide blend. It's a nitric oxide formula. It's just great for cardiovascular health as a whole, and it boosts nitric oxide levels. So that's the first thing, is blood flow. The second thing is inflammation. Now with inflammation, it affects your brain, your cardiovascular system, and your gut, your metabolism. And this is because the neurons in your brain, the blood-brain barrier, all these different things are affected from neuroinflammation, or inflammation that will begin affecting your brain, or inflammation within the brain itself. So it's important to understand that it's going to affect your brain, your cardiovascular system, your arteries. If you have inflammation, the inflammation will constrict blood flow to and from your heart via the arteries. And then you have the gut, which if you have a constant state of chronic, I'm talking about chronic inflammation here, not acute inflammation per se, but chronic inflammation, this will cause your gut it'll wreak havoc on your gut, because you'll be bloated, you'll be inflamed, you won't be able to digest and metabolize properly. It just creates a lot of issues. So the thing that I recommend for inflammation that covers most pathways, because there's almost 30, there's 25, 26, I forget how many inflammation pathways. In other words, areas of the body that will upregulate or downregulate or turn on or turn off in regards to your inflammation. And turmeric, I like this turmeric from Omega Organics. It comes in a pump bottle. It's turmeric. It also has rosemary and a variety of things, ashwagandha, ginger for circulation. I love this. I'll put the link below with a discount code. It's really cheap and it's effective, and it's a great inflammation aid, and it's just going to be great for your brain, cardiovascular, and gut systems of the body. And last but not least, we have blood sugar levels and insulin. Your blood sugar levels, when you have sugar, your blood sugar levels spike, and then therefore your insulin levels spike, because your insulin is the hormone that allows for your body to utilize that sugar in the cell. If you don't have insulin, that sugar isn't converted into energy, which obviously you need if you're consuming it. So what occurs is that when your blood sugar levels spike and your insulin levels spike, you get what is known as insulin resistance. Insulin resistance simply means your body starts producing more insulin, the hormone, in order to get that sugar into the cell to make it work. The problem with that is insulin resistance causes you to gain fat, it causes metabolic issues, it causes diabetes, it causes oxidative stress, it causes inflammation. So it literally spiked blood sugar levels, creates oxidative stress, which then leads back to inflammation. So really, these three things as you age, if you can keep them under control and keep them healthy, your blood flow, which is your circulation, your inflammation, which is just regulating the inflammation cells of your body, that's super important. And then your blood sugar levels. And really, when it comes to blood sugar, the best recommendation I can make, I mean, yeah, you can do cinnamon and you can do chromium and you can do things for your pancreatic health, which are exceptional, and I do recommend those. However, I would just simply recommend eating ideally no processed sugar, but eating less processed sugar for sure, and just less sugar and carbs as a whole as you age, and focusing more on healthy protein and healthy fats. And if you're moving, if you're staying active, even maybe you're not weight training or doing resistance training, which I still recommend into your 60s. Even just going for walks is good. You need to keep your muscles conditioned and keep your body utilizing that protein and metabolizing it and putting it and storing it in the form of muscles, as opposed to consuming protein, your body breaking it down, your kidneys breaking it down, and then you're just peeing it out. You can be absorbing that protein and holding it as mitochondrially dense energy, and that's a valuable thing to do. So that's it for this video. I hope this video was insightful for you. I make these kind of videos about health, wellness, nutrition, biohacking, herbalism, and anything to optimize your health and biology. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe below, like, favorite, comment, and share. Leave your questions below. And last but not least, if you want to slow down the rate of aging that you have, I highly would encourage you to subscribe to the Healthy Wild Free newsletter. On that newsletter, I have 2 free courses, one on lymphatic health and one on sleep health. Your lymphatic health is an extension of your immune system, and it plays a role in your metabolism, and it plays a role in just the immune cells in your body that also regulate your inflammation pathways. So that's super important. And then the sleep health course, which you sleep a third of your life, 8 hours a night out of 24 hours in a day, approximately, give or take 30 minutes an hour, whatever it is, you are sleeping. So if your sleep health quality is high, you recover better, you have higher levels of energy, and you're just better off in life. Your brain recovers when you sleep. Every part of your body, your cardiovascular system, your gut, everything is recovering while you're sleeping. So if your sleep quality is high, you're gonna get a lot more out of that sleep. So sign up below to the Healthy Wild Free newsletter and enjoy that content. I'll be sending more videos like this and articles and scientific literature that enhances and supports you on your health and wellness, dietary and nutritional journey. That's it for this video. Make sure to live healthy, wild, and free, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.